in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. It's a different world. So mix the Sprite up with the codeine and give it a little swirl. Nigga, we all tryna make it. Nigga, we all tryna make it. So encourage each other and stop the hate.
Yo. What up, world? It's BrosTalk. It's your boy T Broski. Got my main man King Dano with me.
What up?
And we got a special guest, man. Close family member. Known this guy for what? 18 plus?
Something like that, my man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Oh, man, what's good? It's your boy T Hood. What's going on, K-Town?
What's
How y'all
good?
living?
What's good? It's your boy T Hood. But that boy Luck came in with the slogans, too. Okay.
Boy, hey, it's all about self-promotion. Let's get it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So what happens when you try to make yourself a brand?
Hey, man, I feel you. Hey, if anybody feel you about that, I feel you. Shit.
Show.
Man, what's been going on with you, man? How your day going?
Shit, day lovely, man. You know, woke up trading my Forex, on that market. Making that money from the house.
Big money grip. That's what we try to get, man. A lot of people don't even know about that Forex trading and shit like that, man. Come to find out. How you get into it?
Man, let me tell you, Forex is really self-explanatory for yourself. It's an acronym that stands for the foreign exchange market. And what happens is you can buy the market whether the market is going upwards, or you can buy the market and make your money whether the market is going downwards. So the great thing about it is, man, you can always make money. It's nowhere near like the regular business stocks. It's strictly currency pairs and indices.
Okay. So you don't do the actual stock market itself, the New York Stock Exchange?
No, I don't deal with the business, man. It's too crooked.
That's what's up. What about you, King Dano? What's going on with you, man? How you been?
The soccer season's on the way, so...
Soccer season.
Yes.
Soccer
Youth
season.
soccer, yeah. And it's weird, but we're just going to follow the protocols. Getting back to normal is on the horizon. We just got to understand it's a new normal, so we just be safe and hopefully we get through this season.
I feel you. Hey, I'm dealing with kids, man. I mean, all the sports is coming back now. It seems like
slippery.
Like everything's coming back to
as normal.
To as normal as it can be with following the guidelines that's set forth. You know what I'm saying? Like the NBA playoffs is on right now. Shout out to my Lakers, LeBron James.
Oh.
Shouts out to that boy. I've been hearing a lot about him. I haven't sat down and watched his game, so to speak. But Luka, is he really that goddamn good, or is he just
Luka good?
Or is he that good, or is it just a fluke, like where he's just in a good system?
Man, I don't know, man. To be honest, I ain't even caught no basketball after they shut it down this past season, just because it's not the norm I'm used to. But this is my issue. James Harden's MVP. Man, he running 8 years strong on a candidate.
Candidacy list and actually winning that motherfucker is two totally different things.
But shit, if you win that motherfucker, you gotta get it once.
But did he really improve his game? Is he still the most valuable player to his team?
Well, we got that's going to
because they can still win if he's hurt. They might not be as good.
That makes a difference.
But you know, when you look at MVP, you take Giannis off the Bucks. What do you have?
The Ducks.
You know what I'm saying? You take LeBron off the Lakers. What do you have? You just gotta look at the impact.
The Fakers.
Chris Paul. You look at what Chris Paul did. They had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs, and they ended up a 5th seed, 6th seed. Either way, they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
So who you think gonna win?
Lakers.
Of course. Oh, I'm a Laker fan, so I gotta go Lakers. And I'm a LeBron fan, so I fucks with LeBron and I fucks with the Lakers heavy. So I'm rooting for the home team, obviously. But
Honestly, yeah.
It been some stellar ass performances going on through these playoffs though. You can't overlook Dame when it comes down to performances. I'm not talking about wins and stuff like
Hey,
that.
I saw so many highlights too. Hey, he did that on that buzzer beat.
Dame Lillard is playing out of this world. He just dislocated his finger though.
Yeah, man. I mean, cause you said Dame is playing like out of this world right now. He really is. But I mean, he had some fuel behind it too with all the bullshit that the motherfuckers talking about and talking shit and stuff like that. So I guess there was a little bit of fuel behind that, those numbers, so to speak. But it still shows that he put the numbers up, which means the performance is there.
Gotta be. The numbers is there.
Yeah, you would think that. You know what I'm saying? He putting it in the basket. It ain't like he getting thrown the ball and he just catching it in the touchdown wide open. You know, whole different ball game that way. What?
But you know, hey,
we gonna see. We gonna see.
First, let's give a shout out to the NBA too, because they did put on a show, and they was able to pull some things together and at least try to provide some normalcy for people as people are starting to return back to work. No matter what the situation is, you still want to see something. You know,
not just that, but have more entertainment on TV.
I'm telling you,
because I'm pretty sure everybody getting tired of Netflix. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff like that. It's only so many shows you can watch on that. You know what I'm saying?
So many.
So much time you can just sit there until you get aggravated and just say,
I need to get out the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get out the house. This ain't really that cool. But on the other side of things, back to the soccer, the Black Lives Matter movement that's going on with the big businesses. I don't know if I like it or not, because to me it seems like it's more of a line. It's along the lines of it's cool and accepted now to do it, so I'm gonna do it. But when it was like looked at like a bad thing, well, it still is. It still is looked at like a bad thing. But when it was like the outside of the norm, Colin Kaepernick was going through the issue, the kneeling, all that type of stuff was going on. Nobody supported him. One big company that came out to support was Nike.
Right.
And this was in the thick of things. They came out and supported it, and now all these other companies is falling in line.
Right.
Another company, Starbucks, they had an issue with a Black Lives Matter issue. I ain't say Black Lives Matter issue, but they had an issue within their ranks, and they chose to be on the opposing side of Black Lives Matter. And when it was called out, they went and spent $250,000 on Black Lives Matter product. Like, I guess passed it out. Now they're constructing their own Black Lives Matter shirt. Like, to me, it just seems like it's safe to do it now, so people are doing it. So, like, for me, that's like the fake stuff. I can't stand that fake shit. Like, don't be pro-black with me in front of the black people, and then when the white people come around, you gonna shit on me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I think that's like the most hypocritical Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus shit that you could ever do. And I feel like I don't know how to accept this type of shit that's going on with the.
You know, this is an opinion I had about the whole thing with Nike being the first one to jump up. This is something I had asked myself, and I never even talked about it. I just asked myself a few times. Matter of fact, like you said, Nike was the first to jump on in the thick of this stuff in the Black Lives Matter movement. Why Nike was the first one to do it? I look at, okay, Nike gave LeBron, the first black person, a huge ass contract, and not just that, but the first billionaire sport athlete, African Americans, Michael Jordan, that came from Nike. Nike's doing all this, which I'm grateful to see that it's happening.
Well, you gotta line yourself with the money.
Correct. But why make it about money when...
But it's not even that. It could be the fact that when I look at my company, it was Michael Jordan who helped me rise to the top. Correct. It was these people who I see every day, who I work with, who I'm business partners with. So when I see them get mistreated, damn right I'm going to be the first to step up, regardless of what anybody says.
But why we got to wait till they get mistreated?
You're absolutely correct.
That's the avenue I'm on with that. You know what I mean? Like I say, no disrespect to what they're doing. I think what they're doing is great. You know, they leading by an example. I guess you could look at it as it takes at least that one person to take that leap of faith in order for that chain to start to connect.
Correct.
You know?
They have put African Americans on a higher pedestal Like they were having, Kobe Bryant had amazing commercials. I mean,
Yeah.
He really did.
they didn't back down on how pro-black they was.
But see, those are TV camera personnel. What about somebody like me, you, or your next door neighbor, or somebody in my neighborhood?
You buying their product.
Yeah, I'm buying a product, but I mean,
They're showing you their commitment they're showing you their commitment by supporting what we like, which is Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, all these black athletes, whether they black or white, and they making some dope ass shit. And then at the end of it, you support them and you show them how you support them by buying their product. But for me, what about these other companies? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it makes me makes me linger off into another point, which is maybe these CEOs, maybe they're negligent to what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really believe that there's white people that are negligent to how certain things happen in different communities that they never been in? Do you believe that?
yeah,
So with that,
I could definitely see that.
so maybe they are just, with everything that's going on, maybe it's like, holy shit, all these stories that people talk about really is true.
They're only negligent because they don't want to look.
I mean, but
it's definitely not even
how do you
an
have
everyday lifestyle to even talk about.
exactly? So that they don't want to look. It may not be in their
It's there.
plans. It
It's
may not
there,
be in
though,
their plans.
But if you're not living with the what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong type scenario, if you're living in your own world and you see somebody getting mistreated and you keep it pushing, that's the way I think a lot of them are. But when everybody was forced to sit down and it was stuck on the news and it played constantly, wasn't nothing to watch. Everybody's watching the news to see what's going on with COVID.
Yeah, but just to backtrack a little bit, when you say they don't see it, or they see it and don't do nothing about it, physically they see it, or you're talking like they see it on the news?
News, physically, anything. When they
Because
see it doesn't affect their life, so they keep it pushing.
Well, playing devil's advocate, you could also say that they're not passing judgment on what they see because they don't have the background. Now they probably got enough money to go and find out that information if they really wanted to go and pay a little private investigator to go down there, shoot down there, get the story and bring it back to them. They have the ability to do that if it was so impactful on their life. But in the same breath, like, we see stories on TV, and the very first thing that a lot of people say is, well, what did he do? Why did they treat him like that? Why did they act this way? So maybe that's the story or the thought process that's going through their head that makes them be not negligent, but just quote unquote turn a blind eye to something that they're witnessing. And now this awakening of everybody and everything like that, I can't even call it awakening because these some stupid people out here. But just this uproar of everything that's going on, maybe it's a situation where it's like, holy shit, it was real. Yeah. So now let me implement that into my business, and then
the only time
I come out with it.
The only time a low poverty neighborhood is beneficial for them is when they start getting properties for sale where they're gonna knock down buildings and take away businesses that's within those
gentrification.
Okay. Look at a lot of those. Matter of fact, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. Prime example. If you look at Austin now, how it was back in the '90s, like the Booker T projects. You look at it now, it's almost a full blown $1 million neighborhood. Like it used to be the area. They done converted it into a park with great big homes in it, taking away all that low poverty.
Yeah,
but we're all Austin is turning up.
It's turning up in a major way.
Tesla's going out there, and they already broke ground out there.
Correct. I mean, yeah, but so for me, okay.
And I mean, I get what you're saying.
It's not beneficial to the benefit.
Cities have to evolve, but it sucks when you're still keeping people oppressed.
Correct.
And you're not giving them, you're not giving them the opportunity, and you're evolving the city anyway.
Correct. Because think about it like this: if we're gonna say a full blown apartment unit that's ran down, it's just hood as I don't know what. If the city come with an offer to get rid of that so they can build on it, they're not gonna go and really talk to all the residents. They're gonna go to the main source itself.
Yeah. The person
it's in the discretion of the owner to let the units personnel who's living in those quarters know what's up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been numerous situations, I'm sure, where they don't get told nothing until the day of demolition.
So for me, my first experience with gentrification, not really understanding what was going on, but I seen it with my own eyes, was in Chicago. And they tearing down our projects, so we gotta go move somewhere else. Or we can move to these other places, but they'll do some fucked up shit like my rent be, and I don't even like saying the numbers because the numbers to me be like crazy. I honestly, I don't believe it that nobody's rent is that cheap, but I can't help but believe it. $40, $50 a month for rent, that shit is fucking crazy to me. Like, that shit is insane to me. $40 a month for rent? Like, that's how shitty your place is that you stay? What was going down was happening all over Chicago, and it's still going on as we speak. Now, everybody try to speak about the murder. Well, I'll get into that. But, you know, they tearing down these apartments, projects, whatever you want to call them, and they're offering you somewhere to stay. Now, they'll offer you somewhere to stay in a place that they know you can't afford. Hey, we're tearing down your apartment, but we got a nice apartment over here for you that you can go stay in. They're hoping and banking that you say, oh, no, I can't afford that, because they're raising your rent 400%. So you're going from $40, $50, $75, whatever it is a month, to $200, $300, $500, $600, maybe even $1,200, $1,300 a month for an apartment. You can't afford that. So at the end of the day, you have to go stay in a rival neighborhood or a different project for the time being.
Where you're not used to.
So that brings in the violence.
Mixing everybody up.
So now you got a gang member from over here, 63rd Street, and you got a gang member from 64th Street. Now, instead of having to drive across the street, going over here, try to figure out how to shoot, come back and all this, now I just go around the corner. I literally walk out my door, take a corner, take another corner. His house is right there. I light that hoe up, come back around. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how easy it is. And I'm not saying this is what's going on like that easy. And I know a situation of that, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, that's what I've visually seen with genocide with my own eyes.
It's almost like they're weeding out the working man.
The middleman.
These better companies come in, and now they're raising your qualifications of what you need for that job. So now, I'm out of work, he out of work, you out of work. We've been doing this for so long. Now all of us working men are trying to fight for one spot.
Right.
You know, and these people are coming in and pretty much we're just being literally pushed out. And it's all about education, and education opportunities isn't afforded equally to everybody. So it's another form of keeping people down, in my opinion.
Education don't build experience. That only prepare you for it.
And exactly.
Experience.
So
it's the actions that's taken.
So prime example, if you was a CEO of one of these big ass companies, in your shoes right now, would y'all feel comfortable saying Black Lives Matter? Whatever company you own, whatever your status is, whatever your Jeff Bezos, if you're on Jeff Bezos level, are you comfortable with saying Black Lives Matter? Supporting it?
Everybody should be right now, yeah. It's not that issue right
Okay.
Yeah.
So my next question is, are you comfortable as a business owner? Now we all know when it comes down to business, it's all about your money.
It's all about precision.
I would say money, because you're not gonna get in a business that you're not gonna make money in unless it's a charitable, something that you feel in your heart. So at the end of the day, your bottom line is what matters, right? So if you have an opportunity to quote unquote lay off or push out some of your employees because I can pay a machine to manufacture this product all night versus paying this guy double the salary, I'm gonna pay you more as a human.
It's gonna be cost more because he the insurance and
everything that comes with you. Yeah. So are you willing to, either one of y'all, are y'all willing to lay off 200-300 employees to put machines in? Now what's gonna do is it's going to better your line, your bottom line, so you're gonna get more money, and it's gonna save you money and your insurance and all that shit. It's gonna save you money in the long run. Yeah. Are you comfortable with doing that?
You'll have no choice but to be comfortable, because
you're the CEO.
It'll be an uncomfortable feeling. It's like
you're the CEO though.
I know, you gotta be short. I'll do it.
You would do it.
Damn right.
I mean, just as a businessman, but that's exactly what's going on. So instead of the people who didn't afford the ability to go get a degree, now they're being pushed out because I need somebody who knows something with some computer skills.
So for me, I feel like that shit is
it's all part of it. It's
a
monopoly.
I dig the business part of it, but I feel like that is where a CEO has the ability to say, you know what, fuck that. Because I've been conducting business for 5-10 years at this rate, I'm cool. I'm already a billionaire. I'm already a millionaire. Whatever the case may be.
Yeah, but
I don't need that. You're right, and I'm going to maintain that. At the structure that I'm going, I'm making I'm making $270 million a year straight.
But he wouldn't be where he's at if he didn't want more money.
You're absolutely correct. But I'm gonna tell you, like I was watching an interview the other day, and Dolph said it. He said, "Man, that's all I wanted was cash. I just wanted money, just straight cash. And I got so much cash that a dude told me about credit. And when I learned about credit, I want to utilize my credit because that's how these motherfuckers get rich, right? So the mentality of cash is, I'm not gonna say irrelevant, but it's to a point where
it can become irrelevant.
Because I'm going to stay rich. Yeah. I'm never going to get lower than because I've made smart investments. Floyd Mayweather say it all the time. I ain't got to do shit. I can sit in my house all day for 30 days a month and I'm still going to clear 6 figures a month. That is fucking crazy.
His biggest investment was himself.
And he invested. But my point behind that is, if you are a CEO with that type of, because let's be honest, a lot of these CEOs are in positions where they're not wanting, they're not hurting. No, even if they're in a position where, like, if you go back to all the scandal with Enron and all that, these motherfuckers made out with more money than they started off with. Sure. So there's a scheme behind the scheme to get more if something does happen. So you mean to tell me that as a CEO making that much money, you're not willing to sacrifice a little bit of money, and that little bit of money is a lot of money. Because honestly, $125 million, I'll take that right now and live off the rest of my life. But that's the type of business and type of stuff that they actually lose or gain. You know what I'm saying? In the long run. So for me, I don't understand how, as a business, I understand gaining more, but in the same breath, like, we don't have to put ourselves in a position where I'm gonna screw somebody that's been working or working hard, because I know reality. Reality is everybody don't make a lot of money. Everybody don't make the same amount of money that make. There will be people that won't ever see 0.002% or 1% of his money ever.
Oh man, he got some longevity, man.
Ever. This dude is worth over $100 billion, bro.
He got some longevity, man.
So for me, like, he's not willing to say, you know what? I don't need machines, bro. I'll keep my people in here.
No, cause you know he got that SpaceX, so you know he definitely he definitely
got SpaceX.
That's a billionaire.
And he's a billionaire too. I think he's almost worth $100 billion. That's the understanding, and to me, I think that's a mentality that the rich stay richer. That's where that mentality comes from.
It's always gonna be that way.
And it probably will.
You know what I believe it's really gonna boil down to though? It's gonna be 2 straight levels, rich or poor.
Me too. I mean, it kind of is almost there right now.
It's getting there. It's getting there. If you just look at it, either you're gonna own something or be deep into something that's gonna give you some type of ownership. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so something that I want to talk about.
What's that?
Toy shop Meg.
You think he did?
She was like,
That nigga's stupid, man.
Hey, I love Megan Thee Stallion, man. I joke. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, man. But no, okay.
I just seen the.
I got put that.
The only thing I saw was them getting out the car slowly with guns drawn on them by the cops.
Exactly.
I ain't follow the shit. I ain't paid no mind.
Disclaimer: BrosTalk, King Dano, T Broski does not find this situation a laughing matter. Definitely don't find this situation to be a joke. Although I did say a joke about it, that's because I want to be a comedian. But this shit is not funny. I don't think in any situation this should have happened. Let's get into it. So, yeah, the first video we seen was the Meg and them coming out the car with the guns drawn, shit like that, right?
Yeah, that's
the helicopters and shit, and that's all we seen with the bloody feet, right? Now the story's coming out that she's saying out of her own mouth that he shot her. She got out the car and was walking down the street and he popped shots at her. I don't think she was lying about it. Even when the story came out, I never
Why y'all think that shit happened though?
I think just like what she said. She told him some real shit he didn't like. He couldn't take it.
What she tell him?
I don't know. She didn't explain that.
She didn't expose
She just said that like motherfuckers can't take when somebody's telling the truth. When she's telling the truth, you can't take that shit. Men can't take that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times, motherfuckers, I don't think it's just men. I think that's people in general.
Yeah,
Your negative shit, you don't want to sit there and hear. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, like, there's no reason to shoot a woman walking down the street.
No, it's definitely not no reason.
You could have left her.
Yeah, you definitely could. If she was able to walk on her own, she could have found.
She rich, bro.
Yeah,
she can get whatever she wants.
That's what I'm saying. She could have said Megan, and she would have had a ride.
Right there. Boom. To the house. She said she was 5 minutes away from the crib.
Word?
Yeah. Now you gotta think about it.
I don't say what I think why he did that, but
why?
Well, you know, she bad, she thick. And he probably couldn't afford to handle it.
I don't know. Cause I don't know if it was they was fucking around and then, you know what I'm saying, like this is just us being on the outside looking in, like we never seen them fucking around.
There's no
reason.
I mean, I'm not saying that at all.
I'm saying
I'm not making
nothing
what he did
even
valid.
plausible through his head.
Well, I'm just saying on a level of a motherfucker getting emotional. Like, she ain't did shit to you physically.
No, she ain't did nothing. Well, she said she did, and I believe her. I'm not gonna lie to you. I believe her. I don't feel like she would have a reason to lie because when you think about it, you done seen Tory Lanez in some crazy situations a couple times. You know, he a wild dude, and he said that before that he's a wild dude. So like, Toronto.
So let's just break this down as investigators. Okay, we have a victim. Now there's two witnesses and a suspect. Just her friend, a bodyguard, and then your suspect is Tory Lanez, I'm sorry. We have video evidence.
The video from when they was getting out the SUV.
We have video evidence.
Cause I didn't know which one was Megan, but I did see some people getting out like all
the
doors
bloody
pretty
feet.
much.
Yeah, the one that got out I think last.
Video evidence.
Yeah.
We have wounds and medical record. All I'm saying is that right there, I'm taking that straight to a judge and we can press charges right now if we want to.
Oh yeah, he catch an indictment instantly.
But I want to see what the motive is because we about to get him. You feel me?
That's if she pushed the issue. But then again, the state can get involved, and I don't know.
It don't matter if she pushed the issue. If I was a prosecutor, I'm going all the way in on it because just off moral values, shot a female.
Definitely.
I mean, he shot a female. A female that was walking away. In her words,
posing no threat.
No threat. Cause you see his mugshot, he didn't have no scratches or nothing. You see
Bow
Wow's
Let's
mugshot.
do some investigation.
That's what I'm talking
Oh
about.
shit!
If she was walking, how she end up back in the vehicle?
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, she said she got out and she was walking, and that's when he shot at her. So you're right. You're absolutely correct. Where did that shooting take place? Okay.
Right, because I'm thinking about that too, because you also said, that was my next question I did mean to ask. You said she was 5 minutes away from her residence.
From the house she was staying in LA.
Correct. So how the cop end up there that fast and how she end up in the car that fast and she got shot at both of her feet and the cops got them drawn at gunpoint. The video didn't look like he was in front of a residence.
I think it was. I think
it was like on a, it might have been in a subdivision, but like on a main road of a subdivision. To where you turn off into the actual neighborhood, if that was the case. That's a good ass question though. I never thought about that.
How did she get back in the car?
Show her getting out the car.
Shows her getting out the car with bloody feet.
Remember, that's what I said. That was the only video I saw. I never followed up on it. Everything y'all tell me.
So Megan said that she was scared.
She said she was scared out the car.
She said
she got shot from. As she was walking away.
As she was walking away. She said she was walking down, like, she had got out the car to walk away because Tory, they was arguing about something in the car. Supposedly it was that, if you look at the initial video on Instagram, it was her, Kylie Jenner, and Tory in a pool. Just them three.
I did see that.
Now we want to do prior before. Let's just
the reason I'm saying that is because they was trying to.
It wasn't too long after that.
No, it was literally right after that. So, but the reason I'm bringing that up is because at first it was, he had tried to fuck on Kylie. And
wasn't Kylie in the truck when it was at gunpoint?
No, she wasn't. That
wasn't her?
I understand what you're trying to swing in. I don't want to go to God. Let's stick with the facts of what we know.
No, I'm saying for the storyline. Initially, that's how it started up. And the reason I'm saying that is because Meg addressed that in her Instagram or in her video. She addressed that whole thing. She said that no, it wasn't. No, if he was trying to fuck her or anything like that, and I wouldn't give a fuck if he was.
Right.
So she addressed that and dated that. But
Okay, there we go.
that's the reason I was bringing that up.
I know what you're saying,
But
yeah.
two things I know that stood out for a fact. She said for a fact that he shot her, and she said that she was outside the car when he shot her. She said that he was
She
sitting,
was actually physically
walking out. She was outside the car, walking down the street.
Doors
She had
closed.
got out the car to walk down the street. He was in the back seat behind her. So she was in the front passenger seat, and he was in the back seat. So if you think about it, if he shot her in the car, then there's...
The last person I got out the car was in the passenger seat.
It was her. That's the last person. Because when I seen the video, it was already two people laying on the
So
ground.
who's to say that?
So how he was in the back?
So listen, who's to say that?
That story just doesn't make no sense.
I'm gonna make it make sense. Who's to say that when he shot her, still gotta get home? She said she didn't want to get in trouble. She was scared for her life. She didn't want to tell on him.
I understand that, especially after you done got shot twice.
He has a bodyguard, so your bodyguards automatically thinking professional. Okay? They had a story together. Off top, they were working together. But she said she came out because they started trying to spin the story. If you listen to her video.
Yeah.
So what I would think is, hey, you fucked me up and you fucked up. But I'm gonna stand strong with you because apparently we had something together.
Right.
So I'm gonna stand strong with you and we're gonna create this story. So I'm in back in the car because I'm telling you,
That makes
as
sense.
a bodyguard, I'm immediately trying to de-escalate.
Or
We're
retaliate.
getting her help. Period. I know you paid me, but you fucked up.
But what was the seed that planted that growth?
It does not matter. That's all I'm saying. It does not matter.
It might not matter, of course it don't. But it's still interesting to know.
I mean, that's something that it's going to take.
But if you're looking
Him
for a
to tell us-
seed, then people, when you say that, it gives a perception that I know you personally, so I know it's not what you mean, but it gives a perception that people are going to look for an excuse of why he shot her.
No, there's no excuse.
So when people say, I want to know what happened, it does not matter. It's fucked up regardless.
But the human mind is intriguing.
Of course.
So to understand why he felt this was the thing to do in this particular situation is very intriguing. Why?
Yeah.
What happened that made you feel like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot her in her foot twice.
But
And then if she was walking down the street, like, bro, that shit literally, it takes centimeters to point a gun up and that bullet go through her head, through her back, through her heart. It'll be a whole different situation.
True, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if people do look at it that way, I wish motherfuckers would just open their mind up and just understand that the questioning of things does not insinuate other things. So if I'm asking a question about a situation, that shouldn't insinuate, I would hope that it doesn't insinuate to the outside world that we are imposing or asking or wanting to allow a certain situation to seem like it's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it seems like the world has a problem with people questioning things.
well, to me, so that this is how I look at it. You know, we just had this conversation earlier. You know, we got to think about that victim. So when you say people have a problem with questioning things, I was really thinking when people questioned what did George Floyd do before this happened. Don't matter. It shouldn't end up in him being murdered on the fucking street.
Oh yeah, now that situation right
What
there.
did Tremere Rice do?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
What did Trayvon Martin do? It shouldn't have mattered.
Mike Brown.
So that's all I'm saying is I don't
Will
care
Castillo.
what happened before.
Walter
It
Scott.
shouldn't
It's
result.
the ending result.
It shouldn't result in a woman getting shot. You get what I'm
McDonald.
saying? So that's just my perspective on it. And I understand what you're saying, but it's always a double side to that.
Well, you know what?
Because we are intrigued, but
But you know
sometimes
what
like
they say though. You know what they say? There's this story, and then there's the truth.
always.
So for me, like, that's where
Always.
Always.
we
But-
have
and-
to question. Like, for me, prime example, and you know how deep goddamn on Trayvon Martin is to me.
Facts.
There's situations where I just want to know it all, man. Like,
Mhm.
that's it. And I don't think that it's a issue to want to know. I think the problem lies in when people lie. I heard a dude say, I'll respect a racist more if he told me he was a racist in my face than one of these white folks that smile in my face and call me a nigga behind my back. right?
For sure. Oh, that's deep. That's tough, but it's true.
Why would you respect somebody that told you in their face they didn't like you?
Because it gave me the opportunity to slap.
Yeah, I don't like you.
Facts.
But for me, like, I understand the dialogue behind it. That you're just accepting certain people as who they are, and you feel like that's being real. Whatever. I get that.
The system got us brainwashed to function certain ways, man.
You respect the person, you know you about to fight, right?
Yeah.
Like, I respect you, so you told me straight up, we squaring up, let's get it. That's respect.
For sure.
You sucker punch me, you a square. No respect for you.
Yeah.
So, in relation to that, you tell me you don't fuck with me, excuse my language. You tell me you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. That's respect. You know what it is. You disrespect me, and it's on and popping. If you being a snake around me, sucker punching me, stabbing me in the back,
Yeah, that's a
calling me stuff behind me,
yeah,
can't mess with you.
And I dig that. But my question behind that is, does it ever invoke the thought of?
I mean, respect don't mean you have to like the person.
It doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, but does it ever invoke the thought of why? And in your situation, 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't care because you're talking about just an opposing force. But when somebody dislikes you for the color of your skin, does that ever make you stop and think why? Like, what happened or what?
No, it makes me wonder why you can't give a definitive answer if I was to ask you.
For me, that's the intriguing part. Just the
you
why.
Know you're not gonna get that answer. The only thing you're gonna get is.
Have you ever ran into somebody that said they don't like you because you black?
Oh man, plenty of times when I was overseas.
Like who?
Co-workers. them cats from Louisiana. From Louisiana.
It's so stupid. Come on, man. Hold on. I said by who? I'm expecting them to say like, oh man, some fucking different type of culture or some different, country or something like that. He said co-workers. God damn, boys from Louisiana. But go ahead. Man. So I truly don't understand why people hate others because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
You know that every black person ain't the same. I just hate the racism, man. I just hate the prejudice. I hate the racism. I hate the fact that certain people got certain positions that allow them to keep certain people down. Man, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Like, I don't agree with that at all.
Man, you know the cold game about it though, man. A lot of that stuff is a business.
Man, fuck that bitch. See, and that's the mentality we gotta get out of.
No, I'm not agreeing with
you. Not you. I'm just saying
that's just really what it was. Because if you look at how it's happening and what industries it's happening in.
I mean, and that shit, like, to me, like, we gotta get, fuck it, man. Like we gotta get out here and vote. We gotta change some shit. It's gonna be my first time voting this year, man. I encourage everybody to get out and vote.
Definitely.
Who the fuck am I voting for?
I know who I'm voting.
You don't have to vote for the presidential candidate, right?
Not only vote, go out and volunteer. Pay attention to what's going on. Talk to your local peoples. You can find your aldermen, not aldermen. You can probably go to a
city
local
councilman.
You can go to a local church and they'll tell you where to register to volunteer. Because we need to not only vote, but we need to volunteer at the polls this year because it's gonna get serious. That's just my own opinion. I'm gonna look for places and I'll be posting some stuff on my social media to let y'all know the local area to volunteer because we need to do more than vote this time.
Yeah.
They know what happened when we all voted. We won. So they gonna pull something else.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the game.
Man, you know the old school cat came up to me after Clear Blue one day and told me, man, he said, Texas really ain't a red state. He said, you look at the population of it, not even half the state vote. And the majority of people that do vote in that 45 or 49%.
Because at first, Texas we was chilling. It's a lot of land out here, so they let you do what you do.
Right. And with that land,
so you're not
people.
Yeah, but so people didn't understand the power of the vote because really out here, we was chilling.
For sure, so.
Like I said, but when you go up there, you have smaller land, so people are on top and they have harsher conditions. On a lighter topic, I'm a nerd. DC Fandom is a 24-hour event that I've been waiting on. Finally, some entertainment is on the horizon. They got the Snyder Cut of the Justice League coming out. They got screenings for the new Batman coming out, played by Robin Pattinson. The Flash, I think, is going to have a trailer. I mean, it's a lot of good things coming on that I think is needed. I think that things are changing and it's time to get back to some lightful things.
Yeah, it definitely is. Got that movie theater open up. There's a lot of...
Oh, it's dead?
I did see some cars in the parking lot and a couple of cars parked in the front, Chief. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, the movie theater. I heard that.
Because I was like, man, they trying to open it up for real.
Me old lady told me that. That's my Jamaican accent right there, man.
That's a good thing.
Jamaican accent.
What they going to do with at least varsity football.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they already got a schedule for them.
Yeah, I mean...
No, I got that. Yeah, I know. Live next door to me. Yeah.
Man, shout out them K-Roos, man. Them Kangaroos, man. Shout out there, man.
But are they going to have a full-blown stadium?
Oh, I don't know. They might. I don't know.
If the movie's open, we in the stadium.
But shit, how much of the movies is open, though?
It don't matter. I'm about to pay $28 to take my daughter. We've been dying for that.
Man,
if they do it safe.
Man. The movie is a smooth hundun for the kid if I go. You know how I'm living. Anything you need to put out before we cut this off, brother?
Yeah, man. Just fuck with your boys. Excuse my French.
Hey, man, you can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, man. Check out my Instagram, Mr. Hood86. You know, you want to know about that Forex, inbox me. Well,
for sure. Follow him.
Get you going. Earn while you learn.
Earn while you learn, man.
Just turn your phone into an ATM, baby.
What you got, King Dano?
Man, you know the vibes, man.
Support is free.
That's it.
Facts.
Support. Hey, man. Shouts out to Juice Brand Clothing, man. Shouts out to everybody that ever bought a shirt. Fuck with the brand. Whether you
coming, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Hoodies, crew necks. That's all about that deal.
Yeah, that promo code dropping soon, man.
Promo code dropping next episode.
I said we definitely have to link up on that because I want to get something for the kids, man.
Oh, for sure. You know we getting into kids. We expanding little by little. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody with the patience, the love. King Dano, you can follow him on
Twitter, King Dano _921. You catch the Juice Brand Clothing content, all types of good stuff, man. Appreciate the support.
Go follow my cuz. Go follow my bro, T Broski. Come functions with us, man. We functions with y'all. Appreciate everything y'all do. Appreciate all the love, all the support, and we out this bitch.
I say how I feel. You should really listen. It was all mine. We all in. Came up out of that dirt pile, now I'm ballin'. And I don't need no church land, I'm living sin. Hope God put loyalty in all my friends. Cause Lord knows I got they back to the end. Right now I'm recording with the mic sitting in my hand. I wish there was on my left, with my styrofoam in. Got up out of Cyprus, went to the wilderness, got a safe room.